Good evening, everyone. Since the beginning of this semester, we discussed different sociological topics related to family. To apply some of these topics, I looked into my own family to find examples. And I researched how these concepts will connect to my future career as a school social worker. The 5 topics that I chose were homogamy, nuclear family, authoritarian parenting, uncoupling, and relationship dissolution. So let's begin. This is my mother and father. They met each other when they was in high school. While my mom was in high school, she had my older sister by her boyfriend at the time, but that relationship ended sometime after that. After my mom and dad graduated from high school, they reconnected and began dating. Within a year, they had me and got married shortly after. Now, because both my parents are African American and they both come from a Christian background and they both had the same education level, that would be an example of homogamy. Now, if I had to choose what parenting style best fit my parents, I would say authoritative. Now, that's not to say that my parents didn't use physical punishment to discipline us. It just wasn't the harsh physical punishment associated with authoritarian parenting. Oh, but best believe if one of us got out of line, and whipping was not too far behind. Moving on, I would categorize our family structure as nuclear, which is your basic family unit that consists of 2 parents and children. The parents, of course, being my mother and father, which the children being me and my sister. And when I was around 7 years old, I got a little brother. We was I'll say middle-class family. Both of my parents worked and my mom handled most of the domestic stuff around the house. Now, without going into too much details, there were issues that I witnessed between my mother and father. It wasn't until I was about 12 years old that I experienced the uncoupling of my parents. They didn't divorce each other right away, but they got separated. Like you would expect a child to do in that situation, I took my parents separating pretty hard. And I ain't gonna lie, y'all, after my parents split up, I went into a long, deep depression. It definitely had an effect on how I was doing in school too. I did so bad my 7th grade year that I had to do that year over again. I mean, now that I'm older, I can recognize that it was my choice to just stop caring about school. But I mean, I do feel like my parents splitting up was the root cause of it. But anyways, let's discuss how this will connect to my future career as a school social worker.